that was Day and Night by Kid Cudi. And the first song we had was Billie Eilish, Bad Guy. So for today's a very, very, very special episode today. So, because today we got, introduce yourself, bro.
So my name is Jose Luis Martinez, but I'm better known as Joe Martin.
Yes, sir. The Joe Martin man himself. Give it up for Joe Martin. Give it up for Joe Martin. There he is.
Appreciate it.
The man himself. So give a little background, bro. Like
So-
give a little backstory.
So what I think most people would know me for is I interview bands from throughout the valley, bands, producers, rappers, everything in between, all different types of artists. That show basically like a marketing tool for helping different artists get exposure because I also have a different arm of what's considered like the Joe Martin Presents up area of my stuff.
Mhm.
There I do concerts throughout the valley, mainly in the McAllen area.
Mhm.
And so I'm able to give these smaller bands a platform. And then once they have a big enough of a base, I can start putting them on shows. It also helps out touring bands from either California, San Antonio,
Oh dang,
throughout
bro.
the Southwest. It's able to give them like a small audience. So by the time they come down to the valley, they already have people who want to see them.
We talked about this before. I think I can't remember if it was with Torty or with Wagon Man. How important it is to build a sense of community
Yeah.
in the community, right? A helping hand. I scratch your back, you scratch mine, or I just like your stuff in general, so I'm just gonna help you out, right? So, man, I do applaud you for that because that is I do. It's very rare to find nowadays in the scene.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's kind of surprised me that there's not many other people doing this.
Right. I would have thought there would have been. Like at least someone being like, man, you know what? I like this person enough. Let me spread their music. Let me try to put them on different platforms because a lot of people don't use YouTube to promote their songs.
Yeah, I think the big problem is that there's not a lot of money in music here locally.
Yeah.
So I think that's one issue. So when it comes to the majority of other podcasts I've seen here in the valley that are popular,
Mhm.
it usually involves restaurants, drinking, because there's a lot of money
Yeah.
in restaurants and alcohol, and so
Mm.
I think that's part of the reason why.
But no, man, I see the community growing down here in the valley, which I'm very grateful. It did hit a plateau for a little bit,
Yeah,
but I am starting to see some shows starting to come back.
we even have new venues right now. I think there's a place called Lone Star Theater, and I think in Far or Alamo
Oh
somewhere there.
dang, I didn't even know
So
that.
like we're having new venues come up now, so it's
There-
showing that there's growth.
There is a new spot that is opening up in McAllen. I think they hit me up like when I was in the summer, but I didn't get a chance to go because I was overseas, right? But they hit me up in the summer and they're like, "Yo, we'd love to have you perform, whatever. Next time we're having a show." I was like, "Dude, just let me know." Yeah. So there are a couple new venues opening up. There are you've been around, so you obviously know more about this than me. You've talked to more and more people. Give us some examples of who some people you talk to. Shouts out your friend. Classic, obviously. Before we even start, I mean, it's the homies. You got to start off with the homies. We got obviously Gavino. We got Wagon Man on there. We got
Yeah.
Amani. We got Torty. Classics. The homie Jaden.
Yeah, Jalen.
Jalen. Homie Jalen. You could just list them off.
So for me, the one I would really want to give a shout out to is Presimpium. These
Heck
guys,
yeah, hell yeah.
I had found them 2 years ago. They were doing mostly like what's considered food truck gigs. So
Yeah.
they basically do like a lot of covers. There's a lot of good money in there,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't get to be creative. You don't
Yeah.
get to show off your original music.
Yeah.
I saw them at the Westlaco Eatery. It's like a
Okay.
food truck area.
Mhm.
And the first time I saw them, like, okay, these guys have a lot of potential.
Mm-hmm.
I knew right there and there that I was gonna get into the actual music scene,
Mhm,
which is
mhm.
where you're able to like collaborate with other bands, show your original music,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been doing pretty well. I was able to help them this like past summer go into a Texas tour.
Oh,
So
okay.
they were able to go to Austin, Houston, Laredo. They were going to go to San Antonio, but last minute they weren't able to. But,
Yeah. No, I've got a chance to talk to them. They're very, 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 very nice people.
mhm.
I've talked to them at the Amani show in Harlingen, at the Luna Sky Lounge, back when you did the competition. And I remember I talked to them beforehand because they were before me, right?
Yeah.
So I got a chance to talk to them. I got a chance to connect with them. Very, very, very nice people. Help them set up. but they didn't seem like, oh, dude, I'm better, I'm a jerk. But you
Oh,
could see
no.
their energy.
Yeah,
You could really see their energy. That's where they shine. That's where they let it all speak for them. You could really see their energy. You could really see like what they think of music. You know what I mean? And how much care and love and passion they have for it, which I think is very important.
Oh yeah,
You
it's
know what
very
I mean?
important. Yeah, because there's certain genres that I know that are popular here in the valley, and I don't mean any shade to them, but like certain genres are like very focused on the music itself,
Yes.
and I think it's boring.
Yeah.
I like
yeah.
stage presence because a lot of the artists that I grew up with were like '80s musicians, and there's always a huge emphasis on being on stage presence, so being energetic, running around stage, doing crazy shit, crazy stuff. That's what I'm used to,
Mhm.
and like this is no offense to the genre like shoegaze,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
very focused on just like wall of sound
Mhm.
type thing, and I'm not really. And then you see them like, and literally, it's the genre itself is called shoegaze because they just focus on
Look
like
at the yeah, yeah,
pedals.
yeah. I find that very interesting, bro, because I think it was Tyler the creator that said this or JPEG Mafia. I don't remember, but dude, concerts and shows originally, bro,
Yeah,
were supposed to be like, dude, it's supposed to be an experience, a new experience.
exactly.
I've heard the song, you know what I mean? I know that song, but it's supposed to be I'm supposed to get a new virgin, quote
Yeah.
unquote, a new type of experience for the song. That's why some artists like, Tyler, JPEG Mafia, all these people, they sort of don't have backing tracks. I personally don't. When I perform, I don't have backing tracks
Yeah.
because I do agree with that. I do agree. Like this isn't. I'm not showing you the song with my aux. Like we're not in like a car and I'm showing
Yeah.
you the song, right? I'm performing the song. You know what I mean? And a lot of artists, especially bigger artists, they I've seen them do this, and I've watched videos about them doing this. And bro, they just have the song playing in the back, and half the time they're not even like rapping along.
Yeah.
They're just there. You know what I mean? Bands, I feel like it's a little bit harder because you actually have to play. I don't know if they have backing tracks.
They do have backing tracks.
Wow,
like, let's say
really?
In case there's like the vocalist is struggling or something like
Mm,
that, or sometimes they don't have enough people on stage to perform all parts
yeah.
of the song.
Uh-huh.
So there's those cases.
Wow. No, I saw this group. I forgot what it was called. It was something Pineapple. I'll figure it out. Next time I'll shout them out.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
dude, they were doing some like experimental rock. It was like
Mm.
this different type of style, and the only backing track they had were the drums.
Yeah, that's,
Everything else, and it was like a basic like a basic just drums, and everything else was just them. Guitar, riffs, bass, all that was just them, and it's only two guys.
mhm.
So I mean, they're doing this, and then they're running to this, and they're doing this and that, and it's just crazy, man. I saw them, I was like, man, I give them props more than I give some of the rappers because I mean, they're just there. And some people at the shows, I'm not trying to throw shade, but some
Yeah,
people
yeah.
at the shows, right, that I see, bro, dude, they don't even have their lyrics memorized.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't.
I saw that at the competition.
Yeah, there was
With a
yeah
lot
at the
of
competition.
people.
There was some dude like he took his phone out and started reading the lyrics off his phone, and I was like, bro, at least try.
It's one thing like I understand it maybe if you're doing like covers because that's
Yeah.
very common with the food truck gigs.
Mhm.
The guitarists will have like their phone stand and they'll
Yeah,
read the
yeah,
lyrics
yeah,
off.
yeah.
But if you're rapping your own songs,
That's like, dude,
you need to know your own lyrics.
exactly. And I don't even try to memorize my own lyrics, but it's like, I mean, I try to put as much care and thought behind my lyrics as possible. So mesh that with the countless hours of like mixing and mastering,
Exactly.
and mesh that with the amount of times I have to listen to it before, like, okay, I get a cover art, or I do this, or I'm showing my friends, or if I'm just driving down in the car listening to it, right? You subconsciously memorize it. I don't try to memorize my own music. I don't,
Mhm.
right? But even with all that, and I already have it memorized, bro. The like an hour or two before the show, I still practice because I'm like, okay, I want to at least get this down, because I'm okay. Yes, I have the comfort of a backing track in my car, but in person, I'm not. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna have the beat. I'm not. I'm gonna be humble. I'm not that good yet, but I do try to get very 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 little backing tracks as possible. So in case, we're stuff where I punch in and this and that, where I could tell I'm gonna run out of breath, I usually have like the vocals back there. So like, oh, blah blah blah, whatever. Yo, my name is Joe. I'm this and you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I run out of breath. I could take like a breath, and it can continue, right? And I just pick it back.
Yeah, because there's a lot of rappers there who they weren't. I guess they didn't focus on like breathing exercises, so like they would
Yeah.
often go. It would affect your timing as well. So like
Yeah.
I don't know how you can be a rapper if you don't have your timing down. I mean, that's
Mhm.
kind of oof.
I don't know. I do agree with that. But there was one time at the show where that was me. I messed up, but it was because uh Amani played my song too early.
Oh, okay.
So my song begins with like this slow, like very quiet. Oh, actually, no, I didn't. I think I forgot my lyrics. I think I forgot the first line. That's even worse. Yeah, that's even worse. I forgot the first line, but then I picked it up and continued. But because he did play it a little bit early, so the beat dropped like while I was talking mid sentence. So I was like, all right, whatever, and that just threw me off completely.
Yeah.
But like, no, if it's your first show, I understand, dude. But like, man, you're you're going to a competition.
Yeah. If you're going to like a battle of the bands type thing,
Yeah, and
this
you're
is not an open mic. This is
yeah,
not where you can be a mistake.
exactly.
You need to be ready
You
already.
you have to already have practiced.
And not only that, some of the judges like this was their genre, so like they know exactly
Exactly.
when you're messing up compared to
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
a rock band type.
Hmm. I have a friend of mine. I mean, uh, I think the most advice the judges gave, I remember that night was, guys, like, don't take this for granted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, you're given an option, and you're gonna get your song mixed and mastered by like professional people, right?
Mhm.
Don't waste this opportunity. So when you're coming here, come with your like you're ready to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but I had a homie of mine. He just went in there, man, and I mean, I don't think he even cared. He just went in there, and he was like, he pulled up a beat off of YouTube like 30 minutes before, and he's like, I'm just gonna freestyle. That's what he does, and I mean, it worked out for him because he could do that. But I mean, but he every single show that he does that.
Yeah.
He freestyles, so that works out for him. But but man, if you're going to if you don't know how to freestyle and you mess up on your own song, I mean, oh, bro, I don't know what to tell you.
No, yeah, it's bad. It's just there was a lot of those people making those kind of mistakes, like just like amateur mistakes when it comes to just being a musician itself.
Yeah.
When I saw it, I'm just like, oh no, like the band I told Persimpi, I'm like, I told him like, hey, dude, you should try this out.
Mm-hmm.
The moment I saw like these other bands making these rookie mistakes, I'm like, oh no, this is not gonna end well.
No, I remember that, bro, and I remember I got a chance to talk to the people, right? The same people that like messed
Yeah.
up. I got a chance because I was in line with them, and like they were they were of age, but they were
Yeah.
highly intoxicated. I remember I talked to them; they were just out of it, and I was like, dude, you think now is the best time to like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like at least wait after, you know? Like now is not the right time at all.
No.
You're about to go and perform like for a for a chance to win something big, right? To
Yeah.
help you.
And it's not like it's like a local studio or
It's like a
Moscow.
big
No,
studio.
I saw them like they work with the Super Bowl.
Yeah, yeah,
This is
yeah,
like
yeah.
a very serious studio. So like
Mhm.
you should have done your best for that.
Exactly. And you're going in there and like not even like lightly intoxicated, like heavily intoxicated to the
Mhm.
point where you can't even like I remember he was struggling to like sort of like keep a conversation.
Yeah.
He was out of it, and I was like, man, uh, do you really think that's the best time? I highly doubt it.
It's because sometimes those people feel like, oh, like if I drink alcohol, it's to give me more confidence. And
But if you drink too much, I mean,
much, yeah,
man, dude, I
that's-
was in front of him and he was like, what's good? Like he was like slurring his words, and I was like, dude, what? And he was asking, he was like, "Oh, you rap, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "Bro, at least again, wait after you're done or whatever, and then do what you want to do, right? Obviously, people have their fun, whatever. Let them have their fun, but it's like, in my opinion, it's a waste of an opportunity.
yeah, there was one rapper that he came in second place. That guy was very good. He's not from he's from the valley, but like
Oh yeah, I know him. I know
forgot
him. I
his
know
name,
him.
But he was
I got his He's a very, very, very humble
talented.
guy, very talented and very humble.
mhm.
I remember I talked to him after. I talked to him. Me and Junebug talked to him after. Shouts out Junebug for real. He's not listening right now. I know that, but shouts out him. Um, yeah, me and Junior talked to him afterwards, man, and he was just a very humble guy.
Oh yeah, he was very
Giving us
humble.
very solid advice, shouting out everyone. I remember even to the people. I always try to do this whenever someone, because when you're up on stage, it is very nerve wracking if you're just there by yourself. You know what I mean? And you have no one in the crowd. It is very nerve wracking. The music could be very good, but people get nervous.
No,
right?
yeah.
So I understand it. But that's why I always try to like, okay, whenever anyone's performing, I don't care if I know them or not. I'll at least just try to be on the stage and at least like bopping my head because that goes a long way.
It does.
So he was there, and I remember he was in the crowd for every single person recording.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And dude, it was him. He had his wife and his kids there too, and we were talking for a little bit, and just a very down to earth, humble guy. We were talking. He just moved to the Valley.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah. He just moved, and he was talking about how like he's trying to find open mics and places to perform in venues. I was like, dude, I got you. I sent him a couple. But that we're gonna segue very quickly, right, into our first news topic of the day, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. The KSI song. The KSI song, right?
Yeah.
Let's give it up for the KSI song. Let's give it up for the KSI song. I did not like it.
It's what you would expect from a YouTuber. No offense, but like most YouTubers shouldn't be. The only rapper that, well, again, I mostly come from a rock background.
Mm-hmm.
The only rapper that I knew that came out pretty decent was Joji. Like
Joji was the only one
was
that
a
came out
YouTuber,
very good,
and he came out very good, very
Yeah.
successful.
People are saying that the new song is the 2024 version of It's Everyday Bro. You remember It's Everyday Bro?
Yeah, that was awful.
It's so bad. Oh my god. I was listening to
and it only makes sense that they would be collaborating together with the Lunchly, whatever.
with the Lunchly. Dude, when I found out about Lunchly, I thought they were just like updating the name of Lunchables.
Yeah.
I swear to God, that's what I thought it was. Up until they're like, oh no, it's a different thing. And I was like, oh, why? That's weird, right?
Yeah.
But man, if you enjoy it's the song is like I had a friend of mine tell me, like, literally as we were listening to it before, because I haven't heard the full song.
Mm-hmm.
We listened to it literally like 20 minutes
20 minutes
before,
ago,
yeah. And a friend of mine was saying, he goes, dude, like the song itself sounds like something I would hear in like a Disney movie, but I don't think I'd hear anyone being like, man, this is my jam right here. This is my song. I don't think anyone would say that. It has the elements of a song.
I'm gonna see it like you're gonna probably see like on YouTube tutorials versus like noob. You're gonna see like as background music. It's not meant to be like, oh, let me show you my friends.
Man, I don't know, man. And it's like the lyrics don't make sense.
No.
They don't. What did he say? He was like, something only. It's always drama when I ring. What does that even mean?
Yeah.
What does that even? He rhymed ring, king, and then back to ring. Which there's no. I don't. You could do like say ring, like rhyme it 3 times, which 100% understandable, right? But if you make it good and make it make sense, right?
Yeah.
But bro said from the screen to the ring to the pen to the king, something about always drama when I ring, right? What does that even mean? What does that mean? There's always drama when I ring.
Yeah, it's just.
I don't know. And the feature, even better feature, man. Let's give it up for Trippy Red. Let's give it up for Trippy Red. Man, it wasn't a good feature. It was not a good feature. I don't think Trippy could have definitely been better.
Yeah, I think so.
His track could have been his verse could have been a little bit better. But man, I don't know. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Trippie Redd as an artist and as a collaborator on the song?
So I don't think it's. I mean, I'm not a big rap guy, but I just don't think he could have done better. I know because I think a friend of mine was a fan of him, and he could have been like the highlight of the song just because
exactly
KSI wasn't that good, and I don't know, man. It's just
it feels like half the song, halfway through, he rapped for 4 bars, and then he just went to humming.
Yeah,
and I was like, that's lazy. Why would you do that?
I think it was just a paycheck, honestly.
Exactly, yeah.
Why not?
But no, man. After and the music video was even worse, man. Oh my god, the music video. There's no story behind it. There's nothing behind it, right?
No.
It's just it didn't even look cool. Like I've seen some minimalistic YouTube videos, not music videos. Sorry, but this is beyond minimalistic. This is like
it was like stock transitions between the video itself.
And it was like he paid money for this. You could tell he paid money for this, right? Like Red Veil, you know of Red Veil or no?
No.
Red Veil's I don't want to say he's up and coming because he's been doing his stuff for a while, but he's a fairly new rapper. And man, some of his music videos, yes, they're very well made, but others, they're just like either him walking to his venue, right?
Yeah.
But it matches the vibe of the song, and on top of that, you could tell, okay, it's minimalistic, right? Like Wayne, where he did the Millie,
Okay.
the music video where he's just walking around the set. So again, you could tell those are supposed to be minimalistic. But man, if you spend a bag on a music video and it comes out trash, bro,
Yeah.
I just
The true winners of this situation are the reactionaries.
oh my god, bro.
I Show Speed and a bunch of others. They're the
I
ones
Show
who-
Speed, Kai Cenat, what was that other guy? There was another guy that was like he loved the song. There was another guy, he was like, man, this song is amazing. He was like doing lyric breakdowns, right? And that mind blew me because I was like, dude, someone said that he packed so much meaning behind those four lines. So I was like, dude, no, he didn't.
Whoever's doing that is it's perfect for YouTube bait because you're gonna have everybody who hates KSI and you're gonna have everybody who loves KSI in the comment sections
It probably is like
arguing
YouTube
about
bait.
it.
But
Perfect.
but I didn't even give him the satisfaction of watching on YouTube, man. I saw it on Instagram, and he was like, dude, when he said from the what? From the screen to the ring to the pen to the king, God, the meaning behind that is so deep, bro. No, it's not. No, it's not. But no, we gotta give it up one more time, man. One more time. Get a little air horn for KSI. We gotta get a little air horn for Trippie Redd. No, we gotta applaud him. We gotta give him an applaud, man. Applaud. That was a beautiful, beautiful track. But we're gonna take a little break here. Yeah, we're just gonna take a little break, refresh your ears a little bit. We got some tracks going down, and we'll see y'all in a little bit. Classic track. Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here? Very classic track. One of my personal favorites. From Playboi Carti. His new stuff's pretty good too. If you haven't checked it out, check out his YouTube stuff. Ketamine, Hood by Air, Evil Jordan. Those are very good ones. The new drop that he dropped with The Weeknd, which was surprising, man. A Playboi Carti and a Weeknd collab. That was pretty wild. I did not expect that. Very solid track. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So switching over, we played this artist in the beginning, right? Kid Cudi. You gotta love Kid Cudi. He's an influential man. He made Travis Scott. He made a lot of other very influential people, right? Like Travis Scott. You know Travis Scott isn't his real name?
This is his actual name?
No, it's not.
Oh.
Apparently he got Travis from his uncle, who he looked up to, and Scott was because that's Kid Cudi's name, Scott Mendoza, I think. So he loved Kid Cudi, so that's how he got his name, Travis Scott. But regardless, Kid Cudi has a very the question's coming up, right?
Yeah.
But beforehand, I gotta get a little context, a little backstory. Kid Cudi drops an album, right? Taken very badly by the public, right? I personally listened to it. Didn't know.
What made it so controversial or so bad?
And that's what I'm getting into,
Okay.
bro. This is gonna be crazy. He had one song on there called "The Return of Chip Skylark." Okay, now I'm unfamiliar with who Chip Skylark was.
Yeah, no.
Right? I thought it was that one guy from Fairly Odd Parents, the one that made My Chinese Teeth and Me.
Yeah.
I thought it was him, right? But it turns out it's not. It's some other guy, right, from like the 80s, right? So I'm listening to the song, man, and what makes it so bad is he's just very like lazy. Like he sounds half asleep the whole song. He's not even singing on key. He said total 3 lines, and he just repeats those 3 lines over and over again for 3 minutes. The exact same lines. Got myself a new friend. She doesn't think I'm a nuisance. Got myself a new friend. That's all he repeats throughout the whole song. And progressively, he just gets worse and worse and worse, right? So, obviously, he's trying to go like a more experimental route, okay? Now, here's the question, right? And this is why it was taken very badly from the people, because it was experimental and it did stray away from who what made him famous?
What made him? Yeah, okay,
right?
makes sense.
At what point does experimental get too far to the point where it becomes bad? What point is that? And should people stay in that comfort zone, or should they get out and explore?
So I think people should be able to explore whatever it is to push bounds in their genres and all that stuff because
Mm-hmm.
how else do you make new sounds? I mean, obviously
Exactly.
you have to experiment.
Mm-hmm.
I think there is a point where once people like even like your hardest of hard like fan bases start like saying, "Hey, this is not good." I think that's when you're kind of crushing the border.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're able to get new people into your genre or like follow your music because it's completely new,
Mm-hmm.
then I think you have potential there. And even then, maybe you won't be recognized for your experimentalism because
Uh-huh.
if you're a founder, like let's say you make a new sound,
Uh-huh.
maybe down the line it might become influential and like breed a new sound,
Yes.
and then like maybe like a decade or
Then
so down,
that's-
you'll get the recognition for that. But for
Mhm.
the meantime, you're gonna get hated on.
Dude, that's at the time what I heard about uh man, like I remember when Uzi was first coming out, man.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Uzi Vert, I remember when he was first coming out, people were calling him a bootleg Future. And when Juice World came out, people were calling him a bootleg when Juice World, sorry. When
Yeah.
Juice World came out, people were calling him a bootleg Lil Uzi Vert, right? But now, I mean, look at those guys, right?
Yeah.
But there was MF Doom. You know of MF Doom, right?
Yeah, I heard of him. Of course.
So MF Doom, I remember at the time, dude, back then people really were not listening to MF Doom like they are now, and people claimed I was watching this video about it, and people just said that he was your favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get his music, but then after some time, man, he just kept going up in fame, right? Which I thoroughly enjoyed. I mean, two people that I can name off the bat, man, is Tyler the Creator and Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
Tyler the Creator, you've heard old Tyler, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, it was just it was good. It was good stuff, but it was very arrogant, very not like what it is now,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then he completely switched at around like Flower Boy. But I do believe you do have to have that sort of bad song to
Yeah.
sort of like
you have
get
you have
yourself
to
into.
you have to have some kind of risk because if you don't, you become like a parody of yourself. Like if you keep doing music of yourself over and over again or the
Yes.
same style, eventually people are like, "Oh, that's all you do."
The same thing with Lil Pump. That's all Lil Pump did,
Mhm.
right? Now, okay, this is another question, right? When should you experiment? Should you experiment at the peak or when you're already like going down in fame?
I think before you peak, you should start experimenting. Otherwise, if you peak and that's all they know you for, that's all you're gonna be known for. So
Really?
like, maybe like a little bit in between of getting like jumping off like into fame,
Mm-hmm.
but a little bit before you start like going downwards.
Because the reason I say that is because the second person that I would say that did that is Yachty, Lil Yachty. Man, old Yachty was just trash. I remember I used to always say Yachty is the worst rapper of all time,
Mhm.
right? And I mean his career was just going downhill from ever since he dropped One Night. One Night was his peak. Then it just kept going down and down and down and down, right? Until it was just basically non-existent. Everyone made fun of the guy. Until this was 2 years ago, 2022 or 23. He dropped an album called Let's Start Here.
Mhm.
Completely different from the Yachty that we know. I mean, he took inspiration from Pink Floyd. He took inspiration from Dark Side of the Moon. He took inspiration from all this stuff, and it was just so like raw and beautiful. I loved it. I loved every second of it.
Yeah.
Right. But I feel like at that point, he was like, you know what, dude? I'm falling off.
Yeah, you're falling off this
Exactly.
already. Yeah,
So he was like, I might as well just like throw everything on there and just risk it all.
because
right?
the opposite effect would be what happened to Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
He got obsessed with trying to be Thriller, and he
Yeah.
couldn't.
Yeah.
And so that just made it still made he still made good music after
Uh-huh.
the 90s, but like it never reached that point where he was there again until like he passed away.
Thriller was like Thriller was and is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like that and the Mariah Carey song, the All I Want for Christmas.
Yeah.
Man, dude, I don't think Mariah Carey ever like peaked after that.
I don't know anybody else who listens like to her music besides that song.
Exactly, right? Everyone listens to that song. And
Yeah.
if you say you don't listen to it, I don't believe you. Everyone listens to that song.
People always hate on it because like it's almost Christmas time, so like I get to hate, but like
Dude, I love it. I love that song. I love Christmas time. I love, the weather gets cold, the mosquitoes die.
even Spirit Halloween, they're making new stores called Spirit Christmas.
Really?
So they're going to
Wow.
start opening stores where it's just focused on Christmas spirit, and
Is Spirit Halloween open year round?
No,
Just
it's only
in
in the fall season.
Okay, that makes way more sense now. Cause I was thinking about it, I was like, dude, they would not get any money. I mean,
No, no, no.
who's gonna go like Halloween costume shopping in like August? No, sorry, not. Oh, people might have not.
No. So that's when they start opening, like August, September. That's when they start opening up, and then they probably finish around like late October.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
And then since they're gonna have the Christmas store, they can just open up in November and
Uh-huh.
get ready.
Most underrated and my personal favorite. This is not dealing with music at all, but my favorite holiday, man. Favorite holiday has to be Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
I
always
love Thanksgiving.
I always see the arguments between Halloween and Christmas.
Man, get out of here, dude. They're good. Don't get me wrong, but do I love me Thanksgiving.
What makes you like Thanksgiving
The
compared to
food.
Christmas? I mean,
Dude, I love eating.
yeah,
I love it. I love eating turkey. I love like just munching down on food with like zero regrets,
yeah.
right? And people who say they don't like turkey, shut up.
It's
You're
'cause-
just over. You're
It's because turkey's very hard.
don't tell me you're one of man.
Turkey's no. I like turkey.
Okay.
It's just that it's very hard to do. If you mess it up,
Oh
it's gonna
yeah.
come out very dry.
Yeah.
If it comes out too early, then it's kind of be like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like you have to get it very, very perfect. Because I have friends who they hate Thanksgiving, they hate turkey, and they always complain because turkey's too dry. Like I'm like, it's because they probably overcooked it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to be very delicate because it's a lean meat,
Mm-hmm.
so there's not a lot of fat. If it's beef, you're able to have a little bit more like
Yeah. Leniency
leeway
where
when it
you're.
comes to
Yeah. Yeah.
like when it comes to cooking it. But turkey, you cannot be messing that up.
Mhm.
It's too lean.
Nah, man, I love me turkey. Man, shouts out my mom, man. Hey, she's got it on point. Turkey does what turkey does,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I love it. That's my favorite holiday. I love to eat. But man, what were we even talking before
You're
this?
talking about
Experimentation.
experimental music and all stuff. Like, at what point should someone do that?
Right,
For me,
right,
it's
right.
either when they're about to get famous or after they get famous.
hmm
Because at that point, I mean, the risk is already gone. Like, you already made it. You need to do something to continue your pathway.
Exactly. I feel like once people solidify that, once they solidify their ability to, because now, in my opinion, Yachty's solidified.
Mhm.
Lil Yachty solidified himself in the game. JPEG Mafia, same thing. He solidified himself in the game due to the fact of being experimental.
Mhm.
I believe, yes, as much as you want to be experimental, you do have to stick to certain mainstream rules if you want to be mainstream, right?
Yeah.
You can't be too experimental because then, like Death Grips. Death Grips is the first name that pops in my head when I think of experimental rap or experimental hip hop. But they're not. I don't think the guy's mainstream.
Yeah, it just depends on what your goals are as a musician. Are you trying to become famous? Are you trying to stay relevant? Are you just trying to push whatever sounds exist? It just depends on what your goal is as an artist. That's what I think.
What do you think is the best? Is the best goal to have as an artist?
Honestly, it just depends because I've seen some artists who are heavily focused on the business side. Because typically, what's said on average, whatever, is that musicians try to like focus on the creative side, not really the business side. That's why they have managers and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of understand why because I see musicians who are heavily invested in the business side.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect their creativity much, but it makes them very like, I wouldn't say arrogant, but like it scares me as a person who deals with musicians when they want to soak up as much money as they can from their fan base.
Man.
I seen I'm not throwing shade at them. I understand what they're trying to do, but there was this particular band, very popular. They wanted to. We were supposed to work together, but it fell through. They wanted to encourage dynamic ticketing pricing. So basically, this is what Ticketmaster was trying to do, and they got mad at them. People got mad at them. Based on the demand of the show, the ticket price can go up or down. And typically, it's going to go up. It's not going to go down. If it made less money, no one wants to be doing that.
Yeah.
So basically, they wanted to have that here in the Valley. And to me, it got me mad because the Valley's not a wealthy area.
Yeah.
Not only are we the poorest area in Texas, we're also the poorest area in the U.S. just in general.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're trying to take advantage of your fan base by doing dynamic ticketing, it got me mad too. So that's why I didn't work with them. They also had like other arguments with the venue and all that stuff. So like, I kind of just understand why that's kind of like separate, the business side and the artist. Because as an artist, your main focus should be how do I get my message out there, my emotions and all that stuff. That should be your focus. Let the business guys do the business stuff because you're gonna piss off a lot of people. You're gonna have your fans go against you, and this is like the dirty secret. Like you kind of need a manager to take the heat off of you,
Yeah.
so you could be like the one like, okay, no, like let's say you want to interview someone, rather than you get mad at the band, it's better for you to get mad at the manager because that's the PR part of it.
Yeah.
But that's how it is.
I've seen, and a lot of people, man, nowadays, dude. I have interacted with a bunch of people that are just money hungry, right?
Yeah.
And dude, some people that I've I didn't work with them, but I did want to. Man, dude, I've always loved, again, building a sense of community, right? I've always loved that, right? So I'd always try to collaborate with people, whether it be producers, artists, graphic designers, whatever. I want to work with people.
Yeah.
Right. Man, and countless times, bro, countless people, dude, they'd have less numbers than me. Like my numbers would be better, right?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about 1 or 2 tracks. I mean, like all my tracks, not only are they better in general, but my numbers are there to prove it, right? And they want to charge me. And I'm like, dude, not only are you like less than me in relevancy or like less than me in like in general, not in that way, but like, you know what I mean, right?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
And you want to charge me, dude? I should be charging you, but I'm like, nah, man, I don't think so. Whatever. If anyone hits me up, man, for mixing, mastering, features, whatever, I never ever sell stuff towards them, right? There was a point where I was trying to sell beats and stuff like that, but I quickly stopped. I stopped it like that because I didn't like it. I wanted to see what these people do.
What made you so against selling beats? Because that makes sense. There you're creating a product that you want to sell it to people. It makes sense to charge a price.
Because to random people, yes, but a majority of the people that wanted the beats were my friends. So I was like, dude, you're the homie. I like your stuff. I want you to use my beat. I'll be happy for you to use my beats, right? So I did sell, I think 2, and man, I just stopped. I was like, but I do understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
If a random person comes from my YouTube channel and they're like, yo, I found this beat, like I want to buy it, take it, bro. You know what I mean? Like for how much, whatever. But if you're a homie of mine, and I love building connections with making friends with the people that I work with. I don't like being strictly business. I don't like it at all. Shouts out No Day, because when I first met No Day, he dude, for the first month, man, we didn't talk music at all. We were just getting to know each other, right? What do you do? What do I do? What do you like to do? All this stuff, right? We did not talk music at all for that first like month. And then afterwards, I think he was the one that suggested it. He was like, dude, when are we gonna get some stuff down? And I was like, I've been eyeing some of your beats. And I mean, he gave it to me for free. He sends me beats he doesn't use. I send him like all this stuff, right? We go back and forth. So that is the idea. The idea was never to make money. Because if you could make money off of this, then like there has to be a balance. You know what I mean? If you're doing this to make money, then you're not gonna be creative. If you're trying to be too creative, you're not gonna make money. So you have to find a balance.
Yeah, and it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense because, like with your previous question, when you asked about being experimental or mainstream, if you seriously like just focus on the popularity or whatever mainstream, you're gonna start making. You're gonna see which chords make a lot of money because there's specific chords that people love when it comes to like pop music. Just put them in there, and I think it was David Bowie who I love a lot. He said like if I wanted to, like I could make a bunch of hit songs, but it wouldn't like satisfy me as an artist. And I think that's true. Like if you want to make a lot of money, you're gonna be able to, but people are gonna figure it out pretty soon. Like once you start making the same chords, the same beats and lyrics as well, people are gonna figure it out.
Yeah, no. I believe that I feel like people should be living comfortably. People have this mindset that like, oh, you need to be like Drake level famous and Drake level rich to live comfortably off as a music career. I don't think so. I think it's split up into 6 categories, right? First, you got your low underground, mid underground, high underground, right? Then you got this little awkward breaking point, right? Then you got low mainstream, middle mainstream, and high mainstream, right? High mainstream obviously got guys like Drake, Kendrick, Future, all those main people, right? Middle, you got like Amine, who else would I put in that middle? That middle one's an awkward category to be put in. Maybe like Frank Ocean, right? Whatever. Your low mainstream would be your artists like Freddie Dredd. I consider him mainstream now. Suicide Boys, I consider them low mainstream. JPEG Mafia, Earl Sweatshirt, all those people that really focus on that, right? Then you got your lower underground, middle under. I could go on days for those.
There's
right?
a lot of different
Those
levels to it. Yeah.
But low underground is, I feel like, where we are right now, right? I don't think any one of us had that, like, well, when I say us, I mean like rappers in the community, right? Or
Don't
bands
compare
in the
yourself to me.
community.
I'm just kidding.
Nah, Joe Martin's already famous. Joe Martin's got an
no.
interview with Jay coming up next week, man. Stay tuned for that.
I'm like, it's just a very weird part about it where when you start off locally, like there's that scene. Now I'm getting to the place where I'm talking with regional bands. And even at that point, like there's still the same things you see in a local scene. You're gonna see people who everybody likes, people who don't like them. It's a very small world. Like the higher you go up in these ranks, the less people you need to know. But these people hold more power than like say the local level.
Yeah.
I mean, I see this on retail as well, where let's say you're a cashier, you're gonna deal with so many people throughout different transactions or like helping them out. But the moment you become a manager, you just need to talk to like the mid-level managers. Once you reach the regional side, all you do is just talk to like the store managers. So the higher you go up, the less people you need to know, but there's more power involved. And it's cool, but also very scary because when people from like Los Angeles already know who you are and they know the people around your area, it's kind of like, oh shoot, the world is
small. Yeah,
very small world. It's scary but cool.
No, I understand that. When I first got to college, man, I saw some people I haven't seen in like since like elementary. You know what I mean? And it's like, dude, like we're like best friends in pre-K. What? And I have like a beard. Like it's very weird. But I think that should wrap it up. I think that's all I have for today. Is there anything else you want to add on?
I just want to make sure people. I'm not against artists making money. I want to make that very clear.
Oh, no. We're not against it at all.
I'm not against artists making money. It's just like, especially because of maintenance. Like I know I work with a lot of bands. I know how much drum sets cost to like maintain and stuff.
It is very expensive.
But don't completely focus on the money if you're trying to be an artist. It's gonna mess with your stuff.
Yeah, you gotta have a balance. You know what I mean? Make money, get that bag, do what you gotta do, but make it a balance, right? Joe, it is always a pleasure to have you, man. Let's give it up for Joe. Then we got a little air horn. Heck yeah, man.
So like if people want to find me, you can go to joe.martin.show on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
It's my main platform, so people can find me there and they'll find my shows, my interviews, and all that stuff.
Heck yeah, bro. This should be up on YouTube, though, so if you get another 3,000 subscribers, man, let us know. That'll be from us. Nice. That is it. I should see y'all next Wednesday from 3 to 4. And yeah, y'all have a good rest of y'all's day.
Thank you.